Hello, and welcome back to Critical Reactions. Your host, Bryan. Today we are looking at a band that has been very much requested ever since I started this little channel a couple months ago. The band is Northlane, and the song that we're going to be looking at today is called 4D. So let's get into this and see what this is all about. Alright, we got an interesting mix of rock and techno right here. Alright, we even have a live DJ, it looks like, so that's cool. It's not just something that's added in post. They actually have somebody performing the digital parts, the electronic parts live. Lots of energy. That energy continues into the singer as well. The bass is very prominent in the mix. It hasn't really done anything interesting yet, but I just want to note that it's very prominent. Lots of range on this guy. Yeah. Range, both in vocal range, notes, and also just the different styles that you can do. Alright, where are we going with this? Are we gonna go to a new area? Kind of. Whoa! That is a real dirty tone. So far we've had 3 sections, and all 3 of them have been totally different. I'm really digging that. I don't think we've had any tempo changes, but we have had a lot of time or tempo modulation in the fact that they change the way that the tempo feels by putting more space between notes or holding notes out longer. Kind of like almost like a halftime feel or a double time feel, but not exactly half and double. I think this is the first repeated area, so I would guess this is the chorus. I also like how their backing vocals are also live, not just recorded by the lead singer. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I dug that. You know, I'm not gonna trash on it. It's entertaining. Had some really cool things caught me off guard. You know, for instance, the uh the changes, the mix-ups between the verse and the chorus, the way that they felt different, the heavy, gritty, just dirty techno sound that came in uh, the third section. I don't want to call it a bridge. It was kind of like a verse two, just completely different than verse one. Um, I mean, they're very proficient at what they do. The singer has great range. He's got his lows, he's got his highs, he's got his growls and his distorted. Uh, and then you have just their ability to switch up between techno, pop rock, almost like a post hardcore, and then just like this real. They can throw in this gritty, almost dubstep kind of sound. Uh, I don't know how to talk about techno music very much because it's all digital. It's all like sine waves and stuff like that, and I need to research. I need to be more educated in that section. But at this point in time, I'm not, and it sounds cool, and I don't know how to talk about it. Just kind of using words that I know from other studies of music. So, I'm sure there is a more technical term for what he used, but it sounds gritty and dirty and distorted, and it kind of fits with that, that heavy rock, post hardcore kind of thing going. And I mean, it was just a fantastic mashup. They remind me of, there's another kind of experimental band that mashes these two genres together, and Enter Shikari. They remind me of Enter Shikari. And there's lots of bands that do this kind of mashup. So it's not like this is unique to the two of them. But Shikari was kind of my entrance to this genre. So that's going to be my point of comparison, I guess. But yeah, the problem is that I don't really have anything to talk about musically, other than the way that they mashed genres, which I think was really interesting. But as far as the composition, the notes, the score itself, uh, it was mostly for sound and effect. The guitars were there to lay down a blanket to sing over, and to headbang to. The drums were there to keep beat, and the techno part was there to add texture and embellishment to what the guitars and bass were doing. There wasn't really anything technical or interesting going on with the instruments themselves. They were just doing what they were doing well, and that's not a bad thing. I've said before that playing an instrument in a role rather than a way of showcasing technical skill or compositional ability isn't a bad thing. Not every song can be a 15-minute masterpiece in the vein of Beethoven. There has to be stuff that's on the other end of the spectrum because everyone has different tastes. So, and it's not like this doesn't take skill to make or write or play. So, I'm not trashing them by any means. They're skilled musicians. They have a craft. They excel at it. Um, there just isn't much to talk about from a compositional standpoint. But it is entertaining music. If I was at a concert, I'd be rocking out. It's very entertaining, and it keeps you guessing. They have an interesting mashup of genre, and they don't seem to stick with conventional trends of writing music. Like I said, halfway through the song, we were three sections in, and they were three totally different sections. We were not doing an intro, verse, chorus, bridge kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, props to Northlane. Northland? I'm gonna go with Northlane. Like two words, just kind of mashed together. I'm interested to see what else they can do. I don't know if this is one of their safer pieces. Maybe they have something more experimental that would interest me more. But I think uh, they have a lot of potential. And if they just stick to what they're doing, that's fine too. They're obviously doing something right. They're big enough that you guys have been requesting them for quite a while. But in the same vein, I'd like to see just a little bit more, just branching out a little bit more musically. But all right, so that was Northlane. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, and let me know if there's any other songs I should be listening to. Maybe this is like the Star Set thing all over again, where I enjoyed the band, but I didn't really enjoy the song, and maybe there's a song that would better suit my tastes. Let me know. And my watch list, I guess you could call it, is getting exponentially large. We have crossed 70 songs, and most of those are not repeat artists. So I have a lot of stuff to cover, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't stop requesting stuff. Like I said in the last video, the more obscure or the more popular, I'm really interested in. The stuff in the middle, for some reason, just doesn't excite me as much as the stuff that gets thousands of likes I have to listen to right now, or the stuff that gets requested once that no one's talking about. Those two extremes are kind of like, I need to check this out. So, but yeah, go ahead and hit me up with something, man. Let me know. Um, like I said, I got a long list anyways, but I'm always looking for new stuff. And with that, I will check you all out tomorrow. That is a lie. Y'all will check me out tomorrow. Same time as always, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Y'all have a fantastic day until then.